Welcome to Sheikh Hamdan's fans official channel, the place where loyalty meets legacy, and where we bring you the most heart-stirring moments from the life of our beloved Crown Prince of Dubai. From poetic declarations to royal family affairs, this is your sanctuary of stories about Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum. Today, we dive into a breathtaking chapter that has everyone talking, a passionate glimpse into the whirlwind love between Sheikh Hamdan and his wildly enchanting wife, Her Highness Sheikha Thani Al Maktoum. Recently, Sheikh Hamdan gifted the world a piece of his heart through a romantic poem dedicated to Sheikha Thani, a tribute so intimate, so powerful, that even the stars seemed to pause and listen. It was not just a poem, but a confession, raw, unapologetic, and laced with admiration for the woman who has captivated Dubai's prince in the most unforgettable way. The lines echoed across social media like wildfire, making hearts flutter and fans swoon. And today, we're diving deep into the untold side of their story, the love, the chaos, and the incredible energy that defines Sheikha Thani. Known for her electrifying presence and unpredictable nature, Sheikha Thani Al Maktoum is no ordinary royal. Fierce and unapologetically wild, she's the kind of woman who turns heads not only because of her beauty but because of her spirit, unfiltered and untamed. The world may call her crazy, but for Sheikh Hamdan, that madness is magic. In every spontaneous adventure, every bold remark, and every defiant smile, Thani breathes life into the palace halls, shattering tradition with elegance and daring. Those close to the couple say their relationship is like poetry in motion, fierce arguments turning into passionate reconciliations, silences filled with stolen glances, and a mutual understanding that no one else could ever truly decipher. Sheikha Thani is the storm Sheikh Hamdan chose to dance in, wild winds and all. While the world expects a princess to be demure and graceful, Thani is a flame, unpredictable, radiant, and powerful enough to light up even the darkest corners of royalty. At exclusive royal events, she's often seen stealing the spotlight without even trying. Whether she's challenging tradition with her daring fashion choices or speaking her mind in ways that leave diplomats blinking, Thani has become the heartbeat of a new era in Dubai's royal family. Behind closed doors, however, insiders reveal a softer, more vulnerable side, a woman fiercely loyal to her husband, fiercely protective of their love, and always ready to wage war for his happiness. Sheikh Hamdan, a poet of the soul, once described Thani as the desert storm and the oasis. It's this duality, her chaos and calm, that fuels their dynamic. While he leads with wisdom and grace, she crashes through expectations with a laugh that could shake the heavens. Their love is not perfect, but it is real. It's messy, poetic, unrestrained, the kind of love that doesn't belong in fairy tales but in real life, with all its beautiful contradictions. Friends of the couple recall moments that read like movie scenes, Thani challenging Sheikh Hamdan to a midnight horseback race through the desert, only to end it with a kiss beneath the stars. Or the time she insisted on baking for his birthday herself, despite having no experience in the kitchen, burning the cake but winning his heart all over again with her laughter. These are the memories that royal portraits will never capture, but live forever in the hearts of those who witness them. Sheikha Thani doesn't fit into any mold, and she never tries to. In a world that often seeks perfection, she proudly offers passion. Her love for Sheikh Hamdan isn't a quiet whisper, it's a full-throated song. And Hamdan, in return, doesn't try to tame her fire, he feeds it. Their love story is a rebellion against scripted romances and a celebration of being wildly, fiercely human in a royal world. Some may label her crazy, but Sheikh Hamdan has made it clear that her madness is his muse. In his poem, he wrote, "She dances with dragons, laughs at the moon, my Thani, my fire, my tune." These lines were more than just poetry, they were an anthem of devotion to the woman who turned his world upside down and made it brighter. What many fail to understand is that behind Sheikha Thani's whirlwind persona is a woman deeply rooted in loyalty, heritage, and love. Her defiance is not against tradition, but against limitation. And in Hamdan, she found a man not intimidated by her strength, but inspired by it. Together, they embody the perfect contradiction, the composed prince and his beautiful storm. As we celebrate this rare and raw romance, we invite you to see beyond the title, crazy, and witness the depth of a woman who dares to love out loud. A woman who isn't afraid to be vulnerable, bold, passionate, and imperfect. Sheikha Thani Al Maktoum may not be your typical royal, but she's the queen of Hamdan's heart, and that's the only crown that truly matters. In the days following the release of Sheikh Hamdan's heartfelt poem, fans around the world couldn't help but feel they were witnessing a new era of royal romance, one not curated for appearances, but grounded in authenticity. The relationship between Sheikh Hamdan and Sheikha Thani is not simply one of status or expectation. It's a living, breathing masterpiece, crafted through moments of chaos and clarity, where every disagreement only sharpens their bond, and every tender glance speaks volumes louder than royal decrees ever could. Thani's presence in the royal family has disrupted old narratives. Where once there was only decorum and restraint, she has brought passion and unpredictability, a spark of rebellion wrapped in grace. She rides horses without saddles, debates politics at formal dinners, and has been known to sneak away from royal banquets to dance barefoot on the palace terraces. And yet, with all her rule-breaking mischief, she remains deeply committed to her royal duties, proving that you can be both fire and foundation. There is something utterly captivating about the way Sheikh Hamdan looks at her, not as a man who wishes to possess, but as one who is perpetually amazed. His eyes don't just hold love, they hold awe, as though he still can't believe someone like her chose him. And that's perhaps the secret of their love, mutual fascination. He is drawn to her unapologetic chaos, and she is magnetized by his grounded serenity. They orbit one another like stars colliding, explosive, celestial, and completely behind the palace gates, the couple's dynamic is equally enthralling. Thani, with all her high-spirited unpredictability, is known to challenge Hamdan intellectually and emotionally, pushing him to expand the boundaries of his thinking, his creativity, his poetry. Many of his most stirring verses have been inspired in the wake of their intense conversations or after one of Thani's spontaneous escapades. She brings color to his world, and he brings peace to hers. Royal staff members, sworn to discretion, have whispered of nights when the palace walls echoed with laughter, not the polite laughter of staged events, but deep, soul-shaking mirth. Sometimes, it's just the two of them, lost in their own bubble, playing games, arguing about who's the better archer, or planning midnight road trips in disguise. These are not the activities expected of royalty, but in their world, love comes first, and protocol takes a respectful second. Their marriage is not without its storms. Thani's passion can sometimes clash with the demands of royal life, and Hamdan's responsibilities can create moments of tension. But even then, there's a beauty in the way they weather the turmoil. She once said, in a rare private moment captured by a friend, "I don't want easy. I want real," and with him, even the storms are worth it. That one quote alone has now become a mantra for young romantics across the Gulf. What makes their love extraordinary is that neither seeks to change the other. Thani remains a whirlwind of expression and curiosity, while Hamdan remains the anchor of vision and wisdom. And yet, they evolve together, pushing each other, healing one another, growing in ways only true soulmates can. Their connection transcends the palace walls, echoing a love that feels at once ancient and freshly lit, like desert fire under moonlight. In a world where appearances are everything, and love is often reduced to staged moments, Hamdan and Thani's story stands defiantly different. They don't perform love, they live it. Raw, flawed, passionate, and poetic. Each day they write a new page, a story not just for the public to admire, but for their own hearts to remember. And that is what gives their love story the depth of legend. Her Highness Sheikha Thani may not be the conventional image of royalty, but that is exactly why the world is falling in love with her. She represents a modern kind of queen, a woman of fire, intellect, rebellion, and loyalty. A woman unafraid to laugh loudly, to challenge fiercely, to love madly. And Sheikh Hamdan, with his soulful heart and visionary mind, is the only man strong and poetic enough to match her rhythm. As we continue to follow their journey, we are reminded that love, true love, doesn't conform. It expands, it challenges, it heals, and sometimes, it even turns the world upside down. In Sheikha Thani, Sheikh Hamdan has found not just a wife, but a storm he welcomes with open arms. And in him, she has found a home built not of walls, but of unwavering devotion. Together, they're not just rewriting the rules of royal romance, they're setting the world on fire with it. Stay with us for more. The story is just beginning. Every glance exchanged between Sheikh Hamdan and Sheikha Thani Al Maktoum tells a tale far more profound than any royal proclamation. Their eyes speak a language ancient and instinctive, a connection woven not just through moments of grandeur, but through the raw, unguarded silences that echo louder than applause. Those who have seen them up close often describe their bond as electric, not because it dazzles with perfection, but because it radiates an energy that cannot be faked. Thani, in all her untamed brilliance, challenges the very fabric of royal tradition, and Hamdan embraces it, like a poet embracing his most chaotic muse. In many ways, Thani is a revolution dressed in silk. Her laughter is bold, her opinions unshaken, and her footsteps leave imprints on marble floors that were once too quiet. She doesn't walk behind her husband, she walks beside him, shoulder to shoulder, fire to fire. And he, Sheikh Hamdan, doesn't merely allow it, he celebrates it. Theirs is a marriage not of submission or control, but of power shared and love amplified. It's in the way he listens when she speaks with passion, in the way she gazes at him as though he were the only safe place in a world she refuses to tame. One of the most iconic images to recently circulate showed Thani dressed in traditional Emirati attire, barefoot on the palace garden lawn, surrounded by falcons, while Hamdan stood behind her, admiring her as if the entire earth paused to witness her spirit. It wasn't just a photo, it was a statement. That in a world where royalty is expected to be polished and reserved, they have chosen to be real, wild, and wondrous. Their love is the unfiltered sunrise after a storm, messy but golden, imperfect but unforgettable. When Sheikh Hamdan writes, the world listens. But when he writes about Thani, it feels like the universe holds its breath. In one unreleased verse shared privately among close friends, he wrote, "She breaks every rule I've written, and still, I kneel. Not in surrender, but in awe." That one line says everything. In Thani, he sees not a challenge, but a divine force. And in him, she finds not a cage, but a kingdom where she is free to soar. Their love is not just for each other, it's for the idea that love should set you free, not hold you back. Thani's craziness is, in truth, just her fearlessness, the courage to live fully, love fiercely, and never apologize for being real in a world addicted to perfection. She is a queen of contradictions, playful yet profound, rebellious yet loyal, chaotic yet calm in her husband's arms. And Sheikh Hamdan, who could have chosen a quiet, traditional path, chose instead to love the thunder, to welcome a queen who didn't ask for permission to be powerful. And in doing so, he has redefined what it means to rule with love, to lead with heart. As the world watches their story unfold, it becomes clear that this is not just a royal couple. This is a force, a movement. Together, Sheikh Hamdan and Sheikha Thani Al Maktoum are building not just a legacy of titles and duties, but a legacy of truth, of fire, of soul-deep connection. They are a reminder that even within the walls of palaces and the weight of crowns, love can still be loud, mad, wild, and utterly transformative. And for that, we are not just admirers. We are witnesses to history, unfolding in the form of two hearts that dared to collide. Stay tuned to Sheikh Hamdan's fans' official channel for more poetic insights, royal revelations, and moments that remind us all that even within the walls of royalty, love can still be wild, beautiful, and glorious.